Hello everyone. I wanted to share with you how I make my new moon mandalas using my new moon calendar journal from The Moon is My Calendar. The new moon happened a few days ago on October 6th, but I'm just now getting around to it, to making my own. I've been making collages for the Collectober challenge on Instagram. These are some examples of some of the old mandalas I've made, just so you get an idea of kind of what they can look like. I feel like I've shared this journal. Maybe I haven't shared a flip through of it before, but just wanted to show you a few of the mandalas. Okay, so for the new moon, this last new moon was a new moon in Libra, which is my sun sign and my rising sign. This is the page where we will make our mandala, and I just want to start off. I've selected already some of the things I will be using. I started by thinking of just my intention behind the mandala is to focus on foundation, like security and safety is a subject or a theme that has been really prominent for me lately. So I want to work with that idea of what the security mean for me in this mandala. So I found this image of some feet from some of my magazines. I picked out these diamonds because because diamonds are beautiful, but they're also created under a lot of pressure. So I felt like they might work in my mandala. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I also picked out some nice like colors that I like. Purple is my favorite color. Libra is the sign of beauty, so I picked out some flowers. I have this card from Bridget's Grove. I'm going to use that. This affirmation, I tend my own fire. I'll write it in. So I just went through my collage stash and picked out some things that I might want to use. I'm not sure how they're going to come into play or if I'm gonna end up using all of them, so stay tuned for that. I also have my glue stick, some scissors in case I need them, and I have some pencils and more markers and crayons here. So to start off, I wanted to draw the symbol for the root chakra, which I have to search for. All right, so I found the root chakra symbol online, and since the color for the root chakra is red, I'm going to use red to draw it. So this symbol is in Sanskrit, and obviously it might look a little funky because I do not know how to write Sanskrit, but that's the symbol for the root chakra, which is the chakra that deals with safety and security. And that's what my intention is for this mandala, so that's why I decided to put it in. And now I felt like this would be the main. You know what I'm also going to do? I'm gonna write this. And I like, the reason why I feel like I was drawn to this affirmation is because I've been noticing how a lot of times I look for security and safety in external things like job security, relationships with people, and I have realized that there's like a pattern that I have with that in my life, and I know it's not wrong because we all want to feel safe and we want to have security in our life, but I just want to explore that and make sure that I'm not sabotaging myself in some instances because I let fear take over. So this one is kind of big, and I might speed up some of the video, or I might keep it as is. So if I do end up speeding up because I'm find that I'm not saying much, you won't notice. You'll just see as a faster version of the video. So I used to be not super confident with my collage making skills, and lately I've just been playing around with collage and just making it look nice to my eyes, even if maybe some other people don't consider it or think it's nice. I also do like to use like different textures, even this like holographic kind of paper that I got from something I purchased. And I kind of like how this one is giving me the idea that it's like a star. So I think I'm gonna use it like that, glue it right here, and I had another one. So right now I'm just kind of putting things together to see how they are going to work. So even though there's this image of, like if you look at this lady, how she's standing in a pretty like balanced and strong position. She's wearing boots. She's in a really dry and arid environment, which for me is also a reminder that I really need to hydrate myself. I really need to hydrate myself and make sure that I'm drinking water, because when my body feels good, then my mind is able to also feel good and deal with the challenges that might come my way. I won't feel so fragile. I don't know if you've noticed whenever you get sick that you just feel so weak and more sensitive to many things. I've noticed that with myself. Like if my body is sick, my mind is not at its best. So, okay, so I have that. I feel like that one wants to go there. Sometimes I like adding this kind of like a veil at the top. You know what I think I'll do is I'll glue some of them in so that they don't move, since I kind of have the general idea. Something else that caught my eye from this page is, aside from the balance, the sign of Libra is this. Maybe I should draw it in here. Well, Libra is the scales, but the Libra zodiac sign is more like this, which I don't know if I understand that, why it's that way so much, but I also like how this rose is kind of overlapping with one of the feet. So I think this will be the basis of my collage. Some people will sometimes pull cards to get ideas for their collage. Looking at the sign that the moon is in and thinking about what that sign represents, maybe looking at where that sign is in your birth chart are also good ways to get ideas for your mandala. Like I mentioned, Libra is in my first house, so it's my sun sign and my rising sign. And the first house, from what I have learned, is the house of the self, our idea of who we are. So for me also, Libra, there's this like balance of beautiful things with some other not so beautiful aspects of life. So I'm going to add this pink paper here on the side. And then I'm also going to add some more of this dry deserty. And I might continue with that pattern, adding some softer, although I wanted to do my star here. Adding softness into the harsh environment of the desert in this image. And then sometimes the mandalas, sometimes you finish them in one sitting, but there's also always room for coming back to work on them a little more later. So I try not to feel pressured, thinking that it has to be that it has to be perfect, that it has to be done in one sitting. Oh no, this one's ripping. Or that I have to understand whatever I'm making means. Sometimes you just feel called to add certain elements and you might not know exactly why, but then you can look at your artwork later, weeks later, days later, even months later, and you can see something that maybe was there but you didn't realize it. So for example, I'm going on a tangent now, but yesterday I was doing my communing with the Muse spread that I do every month, and I realized that the restriction card has come out for me a few times. And do I have that with me? The restriction card from the Sovereign Oracle. I don't think I have that here. But so restrictions, limitations. The message was that sometimes we have to let limitations guide us and be a source and an opportunity for creativity. So today I was working on my collages for that collage challenge I mentioned. These are some of the collages I've made. My daughter made this one. So I was flipping through my sketchbook and I saw this quote, limitations can help you be more creative. And this is from a series of classes I joined by Karen Abend back in March. So that was just one message, one way to connect the dots. And I don't remember why I started mentioning that. I think I was talking about how sometimes you might not know exactly why different things are coming to you or what they mean. I don't know how I feel about that one. I might save that for another time. Sometimes I use scissors, but sometimes I like to rip the paper by hand because I like the look of it a little better. Some more glue. So after you finish your mandala, you can just let the artwork that you chose, the images, the texture of the images, the color of the images speak to you. And like I said, you don't have to expect anything from the artwork, but more often than not, you will receive different messages. I had these glasses because for me they were representing the perception, how we choose to look at our experiences. And I chose, there's them from a magazine that had a few different kinds of glasses, and I chose the blue ones because blue reminded me of peace, and it also reminded me of the root, not the root chakra, the throat chakra, and the importance of speaking your truth. That's also another theme, although not the most prominent theme for me right now. This is kind of reminding me of right now I'm watching his Dark Materials on HBO, which is a show about the movie, about the books that the movie The Golden Compass is made based on. And in the intro there's this image of multiverses, how the worlds are connected. And actually that happens to have a message for me also, now that I said it out loud, because I have been having these experiences that might be too out there to share with you, but I do believe in different timelines and different universes or different worlds that we are connected with somehow, but maybe we don't have the ability to see them. So this kind of reminds me of that as well. And if you are not watching that show, I do recommend it. It's pretty good. So I think I am happy with where the mandala is right now. I want to add, sometimes I will add some more details with like crayons and markers. I don't have the markers I usually use. I kind of like to use gray and purples, but I feel like for this video this is a good place to stop. I hope you enjoyed watching and just listening a little bit about how my process for making the mandala is. As I mentioned, this is in the new moon calendar journal by April Magmore 3 of The Moon Is My Calendar. And this is my last, I think this is the last mandala. No, I have one more moon cycle to go. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed this video.